Hello, today's podcast is a quick explanation as to why the AR-15 is not a magical death machine. Common phrases you hear today when the media talks about the AR-15 is weapons of war or military grade rifles. Quick side note, please don't insult my own AR by calling it military grade. But anyway, just because the military uses the AR pattern rifle doesn't mean it's the most effective killing machine in the world. The usefulness of something in a task is dependent upon that task at hand and what the item is made for. 90% of the reason the military adopted the AR pattern rifle in the 5.56 round is logistics. During the Vietnam War, it was estimated that troops fired on average between 50,000 and 100,000 rounds per enemy kill. And the reasons for this is not, oh, everybody needs to go back to the range and practice. Most rounds fired in war is suppression. Suppressive fire simply is the practice of shooting as much as you can in the general direction of the enemy to make it easier to close in and kill the enemy. By the way, the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan upped that number to an average of 250,000 rounds per insurgent. So when an organization like the U.S. Army has to purchase and move millions upon millions of rounds of ammo, weight and cost become an issue. Smaller, lighter, cheaper bullets just make more sense. Because when you're firing 100,000 rounds at one person, the size of the round just does not matter anymore. So what about the other 10% of the reason? Well, the 5.56 round is not more lethal than the rounds it replaced. The muzzle velocity of both the M1 Garand and M14 were about the same as a modern M4, but with much heavier projectiles. Well, who was our big enemy during the Cold War? Well, that was the Soviet Union, who had a modern, conventional military, much like our own. When fighting an enemy like that, wounding one enemy soldier is a much greater detriment to their logistics chain than killing an enemy soldier. So to sum up, the AR pattern rifle in the 5.56 cartridge was adopted because it was simply way cheaper to fling a lot of lead at nothing than it was the more powerful Big Brothers replaced. I hope you learned something today, and thank you for listening. I am Smith.